Normally we would be doing this face to face, but obviously because of coronavirus, we have to get a little more creative to try and convey some of these examples and these demonstrations. So this is one of those examples where we're going to do a simple demonstration that's going to show how effective management principles can really improve the effectiveness of your coaching. And so today I've got Lisa here with me. She's my wife. She's been kind enough to agree to join in this, and she's never done this, so it's new to her. It would just be like anyone else. I'm pulling her in and asking her to do this demonstration with me. So thank you, Lisa. So the demonstration we're going to do today, it involves these 4 pieces of wood and putting them together to form a pyramid. And have you ever done this or seen this before? Okay, good. So you've got 30 seconds to do it. Good luck. Go.
I make myself look stupid. Are they all the same?
I'm sorry, I'm really busy with other things right now. I can't. In time. It says 30 seconds. Close enough. So believe it or not, what you just saw is a form of training that is frequently used for new employees. It's kind of the sink or swim or the trial and error method, where you just say, go do it and good luck. And so the question comes, why would companies or organizations do that? Well, one, it's cheap, right? 2, it doesn't take a whole lot of my time. Me as a manager, I just told her to go do it, and I went off and did my own thing. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time for me. 3, it's kind of like the survival of the fittest. You know, the strong will survive. So, you know, if she's really good, she's going to be able to do it, and the best of the best will rise to the top. And oftentimes, the 4th reason why a lot of organizations do this is because that's the way that managers were taught when they were coming up. So it might have been the way that I was shown how to do it. But now think of it this way. Why is that so costly? 1, it's because it takes a lot of time to learn how to do this and to get the results that you want to have done. There's often high turnover rates with this type of training because people get frustrated, and Lisa won't want to stick around and work in an environment like that. She'll want to leave and go somewhere else where it's a little easier. And then there's a lot of performance errors, and it takes a lot of my time after the fact to come in and try and fix everything and get it the way that I want it to be. So that's one method of training. But let's, and obviously that method of training has a lot of limitations, right? So let's move on to another form of training that a lot of organizations do, and we'll use that one next. So Lisa, I'm going to tell you how to do this. And I want to let you know that these 4 pieces of wood, they can be used to form a pyramid. Okay. So I'm only going to tell you once. Okay, and after I tell you, then I expect that you're going to be able to do it. Okay, so I want you to listen really closely because I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it, and then I'm going to go because I have another meeting. Okay, so each of these pieces are equal; they are the same. Okay, each of these pieces also has a rectangular side to it. The way to do it is to put all 4 pieces and get the rectangular sides to face you. Then you will take the rectangular sides of 2 pieces and bring them adjacent to each other so that they form a square. Now, to form the pyramid, then you're going to take the square of one of the 2 pieces and take the square of the other 2 pieces, and in juxtaposition you're going to make it so that the 2 perpendicular, the lines that split the 2 pieces form a perpendicular cross section, and that will build the pyramid. Okay, so now that I told you exactly how to do it, it should only take you 25 seconds to do it. So, go.
The first half of that. What did you do for all 30 seconds?
We'll just fast forward time and say 25 seconds went by and she didn't get it. So this is the telling approach, which a lot of organizations, again, they use this. why do organizations do this? Well, one, you're setting performance standards, and you're showing people like you have a good list and an explanation of how it's done. And I gave that to her. And it required very limited time on my part. I was able to just tell her how to do it, and then I went on and did my own thing, right? But with words alone, oftentimes it's hard because skills are hard to explain in just words. And then retention and recalling those words is hard for her because verbal communication alone isn't always the best way to effectively train somebody. Also, Lisa doesn't really know what to listen for, you know, and so there may be, you know, particular important parts, and also I'm probably not very good at explaining how to do it, but certainly Lisa didn't know what the important points were to listen for, and then she would use that to finish the job, right? So as you can see, there are limitations with that too. So just telling somebody how to do it is obviously not as effective as we would want. So let's move on to a third example. Now, in this example, Lisa, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to only show you how to do this one time, and then I expect that you should be able to do it after watching me, okay? You ready? Let's hope I can do it. Go. Okay, now that I showed you, you should be able to do it.
I had it.
Go.
I'm not putting this on.
Time. You're fired. Okay, so why do organizations use this? What are some of the positives of using that type of training? One, it adds it adds tangibility to the whole learning experience. It provides a model, so now we've got a model that she can then follow, hopefully. And it didn't require a whole lot of my time, right? But now let's take the flip side of that coin. What are the limitations of this approach if that's the only way you're using it? One, Lisa really doesn't know what to look for. She doesn't know the important things or the habits that will make the job successful and the results what we would want. So she doesn't know what to look for. If an experienced person sets a bad example, then she could develop bad habits and then not be able to deliver on the results that you would want. And organizations see that all the time, you know. And sometimes even experienced people aren't necessarily willing to share everything with the new guy, because the new guy comes and, you know, they're the hot shot and I've been here forever, and I don't necessarily want to show her the best way to do it because I don't want her to be as good as me, you know. And sure, we're all familiar probably with something like that anyway. So the next question I have for you is, when sending new employees out to learn through observation of an experienced person, what precautions should you take to make sure that the experience is going to be productive? Well, one, you want to provide that new person with guidelines on what to look for and what to ask. So you want to let them, basically give them questions to ask so that they are better able to deliver for you. Two, you want to select someone who is experienced, who is going to be willing to share their experiences and how they do things, and they're going to be capable of setting high performance standards. Three, you want to provide that experienced person who's going to be doing the training, you want to provide them with guidelines on what to show and also what to explain. And then finally, you want to ask the new person for feedback on what was learned from that experience. So we would want to get her feedback on, okay, so what did she learn and what could have made it better. So since those first three methods haven't been so good, what we're going to do next is we are going to do this together, okay? So first I'm going to clear. So this is the training really that we probably want to strive to achieve, and that's what I'm going to do next. And that's kind of coaching with her and walking through the process with her. So first I'm going to clarify our objectives. So the objective here is to put these 4 pieces, Lisa, into a pyramid. Okay? And I'll show you that pyramid right here just so we can kind of take a look, and you'll know that it is indeed possible. Okay? So there. This is the result that we want to have. And you're going to be able to do that here in a few minutes. Okay? So if you notice though, this pyramid is a little bit, and I already messed it up. Sorry. Let me
Scheme.
Okay, there we go. So as you can see, this pyramid, it's a little bit different than the ones that you've probably seen, like in Egypt. They have a square base. This has a triangular base. So the first step in assembling this pyramid is that you want to organize this task by lining each of the pieces up in a row, okay? And then you want the rectangular surface of each of these pieces to face you. So that's what I'm going to do here. You can see.
Mix them up first, because that was the part that can be
So I'm going to mix them up. Now you can see the rectangular side is facing me. So there you go. You got 4 of them. Okay, so that's step 1. Now, again, notice that each of these pieces is exactly alike. Can you see that? Okay. And then also notice that you can clearly see the rectangular surface. So we've got that. Now the second step is to bring 2 pieces together to form a square, which I've done right here. You can see the square there. Lisa, do you see the square? Okay, that's step 2. Now step 3 is, you see these 2 lines? The 2 lines go up and down, they split the 2 pieces. What we want to do is we want to bring the pieces together face to face, just like this. And then we want the lines to be perpendicular to each other. And you do that just by flipping this. And now you can see that the lines form a cross. And you put them together. Okay? Now, I think you can do it based on those steps. Why don't you try it yourself? Go ahead. Good. You want to get the rectangular surface to face you. Good. Now you want the lines to intersect. Make them face each other first. Turn it around and make the 2 lines face each other. The 2 squares need to face each other. Nope, other way. Make the 2 squares face. There you go. And now you want the 2 lines to basically form a cross or to be perpendicular. And you put them together. And there you have it. So, there you go. So there you can see, just with a little extra coaching, a little more time on my part, and a little better explanation, we were able to accomplish our result. So, good job, Lisa. You're hired. We'll keep you around.
I thought we were high-fiving. You don't do that at your work.
So thank you very much. I hope this lesson was effective, and good day.